So, I have been watching a lot of gamey builds lately. If you are not subscribed to him, you should definitely go do that. Anyway, he's gotten me inspired to tell stories with my models, so that's what I'm going to be doing this time, so stay tuned for that. As you know, I'm currently working on a new sci-fi world, and I just had to include a droid into it. I designed this droid on Nomad Sculpt for the iPad, and I have to say I'm really happy with how it turned out. But another thing is that Boylei Hobby Time's art challenge just came out, and this time it was space stations. So I had to put this guy in a space station. First thing I do is take some pieces of acrylic, pull off the paper, sand them, glue them together until I have a sort of corner of a box. Next, I'm gluing random junk in here, starting with this tube from a kaleidoscope, the main gun from a tank toy, a pen tube, and any other random junk I can get my hands on. I made this machine by gluing an orange juice cap and a broth cap together, and then topping that off with a barbecue sauce limiter. Some 3D printed details, a flashlight tube, some leftover vents from the last build, and then a scratched built vent made out of a lotion cap and some of that mesh that I keep mentioning. I detailed up this plastic box with some paper details and some more broth caps until I had this Lego brick looking thing. Then I just added more details here and there, like these pieces from a Star Wars toy, and this piece from an army military set or something. This piece from a sprinkler system, and then this piece of mesh. And with that, the construction is done. Next, I glued sand all over the model and all over the little machine parts as well. I want this to look like a space station that's been sitting in dirt for too long. Then I seal the sand with some isopropyl alcohol and watered down glue, and then set it aside to dry. Next, it's time to start on the painting of this droid. You might be wondering what the thing is that he is holding, and it's supposed to be a droid head. The story is here that he was exploring a space station and he found a broken droid. Maybe the same model, maybe a different one. And he starts looking through his memory chip and finds out some certain information that I will cover in another video. Off camera, I primed my model with a flat black spray paint, so now we can start the painting. I started with a gunmetal gray, taking extra care not to paint any of the sandy spots because I want those to be more of a reddish brown. Next, I painted all the sandy areas with a reddish brown that I mixed up. Next, I gave everything a dry brushing of a silver to give it an extra highlight. Next, I dry brushed all the sandy areas with a tan. And everything else as well. Next, I stippled on a whole lot of Bill Makin stuff rust spots. I just can't get enough of these things. The last painting step was to tie everything together with a light dusting of tan through the airbrush. The very last thing to do was to glue Bart in his place. Oh yeah, his name is Bart, by the way. And after that was done, the model was finished. Well, that is it for this video. Thanks to everyone who's watching this. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. Special thanks to Boylei Hobby Time for doing his art challenge again. This was a fun one. I hope you enjoyed the story. I'm thinking about doing more like this, maybe even filming some, but we'll just have to see about that. Well, other than that, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next video.